Most of what we have growing in our garden is almost done. You can see this squash is getting a little yellow. We have some fennel right here. Actually, it's still trying to flower, and I just saw a bee in there, so who knows, could happen. And this is the asparagus. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I can eat that. This asparagus is pretty awesome. It's the first time I planted it, and normally it takes years before you even get anything like this. It's too bad I missed it a little earlier, but this asparagus is amazing. Horseradish, and there's a bee. Look for the flowers, baby. More squash, yarrow, catnip, stinging nettle. Back over there, that big plant, that's comfrey, and that is the coolest thing ever. It's the second time I've tried growing it, and it died in the first location, but it likes that spot. And these are Thornton tomatoes, and they've fallen over because we don't have enough dirt in this bed for cages to hold them up. Next year I'm probably going to grow them over here, you know, crop rotation. But these are actually very tolerant of the heat, and I think we're going to get a second set of tomatoes. So I'm pretty thrilled with that. It means all the effort that went into caring for these during our heat was not a waste of time. So thankful for that. This is our Stella cherry right here. We've had this for 3 years, and we almost had a cherry or two on it, but unfortunately the critters had a different idea in mind, and they took the flowers off. Over here we have a medicinal herb garden. Back here's mullein. Actually I have 3 of those planted, and this is just some beautiful flowers from Tractor Supply Wildflower Mix. We've got a happy bee in there. We want to keep our bees happy. This is our pomegranate tree. We have 2 of these, and we've been started to enjoy some pomegranates. You can see they're turning red. Usually about October they're ripe, but our temperatures are coming down, so they're actually starting to taste pretty good about now. This tree back here didn't get as much light, so unfortunately we don't have as much fruit set on it, but it did set fruit, and that's part of why I pruned this almond tree back, and I'm going to turn it into, hopefully, God willing, a plum bush. And back here we have a pomegranate that reseeded from this tree, probably one that dropped a couple years ago, right? So that's awesome. This bougainvillea is going to get moved to the front once it cools off, because that pomegranate is going to go to the middle because it's going to need more room. I think we can barely fit 3 pomegranates, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly positive about that. Back here, this is a new bed. It's experimental. We're trying some green beans there right now. They seem to be growing. Have our compost bins over here. And more green beans. The zucchini didn't do well back there, but zucchini doesn't actually do well here anyway. And this is our lemon tree. It's a Meyer lemon. And it's actually putting on a lot of lemons for us this year, so we're very thankful for that. And this is my grafting experiment. This is a mandarin rootstock that got taken over by the rootstock and didn't give us any mandarins. And so this right here is a graft that I did in the beginning of summer, and this is a graft I did at the beginning of summer. And very soon, it just needs it to cool off just a little more. I'm actually going to try to graft on these locations, of course the top, on these locations where the tree is trying to send out new rootstock. We'll see how that goes. I have spearmint growing any place I can use it. This is our delicious apple tree, and I'm grafting the Anna apple tree onto these branches. There's the Anna apple tree. It's not even as tall as I am. It's wider than I am tall. And this thing puts on lots of apples. We love this tree. And so we would like to have delicious apples, but unfortunately that tree wakes up, I would say, too late for our weather. This is a dwarf ruby red grapefruit, and normally we get 11 grapefruits on this, but this year the critters had a different plan for us. We're only getting 2 big, beautiful grapefruit. But on a positive note, this tree actually doubled, maybe tripled in size over the summer because it didn't have the weight of all the fruit on it. This is our kumquat. This tree has been really amazing, and it's actually got quite a bit of fruit on it. It hasn't gotten ripe yet. Probably will get ripe with the cooling weather, but it's got quite a bit of fruit on it. Kumquats really like the desert. They're drought tolerant. putting on new fruit. Really love this tree. Over here we have another garden that's still doing quite well. We've been getting a lot of cucumbers. And we've had one variety we've been harvesting, but now there's another variety setting on. I'm very excited about this. We've really enjoyed the cucumbers. We have rotunde eggplant. These get kind of orange with green streaks. And we have some cherry bell peppers, which are from seeds that my friends saved from some other organic peppers. And they actually survived the critters, and they're making peppers. And back here is a serrano pepper that I've overwintered about 3 years, and we're actually getting peppers on this now, lots of flowers, and I've really made sure to prune back this on the cucumber so that there's enough sunlight. Got some basil down there, lemon balm, and this is Black Beauty eggplant. This has been very productive. I've actually been able to dehydrate quite a bit of this and put in half-gallon jars, and it's putting on more eggplant now. You can see some down in here if you peek. Right there. Oh, here we go. It's kind of hiding. It's smart. I've only had one of them eaten by the rats so far, but rats will definitely go for your eggplants and your tomatoes. There we go. There's another one right there. And there's some tomatoes back there. I don't know if they're going to make it. Basil that I harvested, you can't really see it now. This is the newest addition to our yard. These are grapes. So excited grapes. These actually grow in the desert of Argentina, and they're taken quite well to our hot wall. I just pruned back this bird of paradise, yellow bird of paradise, and you can see where I harvested basil yesterday. And now we have some Tractor Supply wildflower mix here that's been so beautiful. The basil came with it, which was great because the critters ate all my basil at the beginning of the year. And here we have sweetness melon growing, and you got to make sure they're ripe before you pick them. If you pick them before they're ripe, they're really bitter. Like, I'm kind of thinking these ones with the yellowish tint to them are ripe. And here's this one right here. I was going to pick this yesterday and I forgot. See that kind of yellowish spot on there? I'm pretty sure that one's ripe. Thankfully, nothing has tried to eat these yet. That's a real possibility. And that thing is just trellising all over. The Desert King fig. This is just over 3 years old, and we had like one fig set on it. I think next year we'll get figs probably all over it. And actually you can see these little bumps here. Those are going to be figs eventually in the future. The watermelon, I don't think we're going to get any watermelon this year. It either did not like this location or it didn't like being co-planted with all these things. You can see I missed harvesting this basil. Yay, we have more basil to harvest. This is a grapefruit, and I just pruned this back. This was from our dwarf ruby red grapefruit, and I read that you'll actually get a true tree, but it won't be dwarf. So I'm planning to move this to where the jujubes didn't take, and I'm going to graft the dwarf grapefruit onto here so that hopefully we can have another really cool small bush that's very productive. And we have more Thornton tomatoes. These tomatoes were the result of a mistake. I was saving seeds, and when you save seeds, you soak them in water to get that coating off of them. And they started sprouting. I didn't get them out of the water fast enough, so I'm like, well, might as well plant them, right? And this is a wonderful fig tree that we've had. We planted it right after we moved here, and this thing's been wonderful. We use the leaves for tea, and then also we've had a lot of fruit. And oh, look, there's one. It's actually ripe right there. I better get that before the birds do. Well, I hope you enjoyed a tour of our garden this morning. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.